What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to SteveBussaGS. We got another scorecard reaction for y'all, and you already know what it is. Let's get it. Alright, we got April G Showers up. The G stands for gangster. What's going on, love? She hit me up about this a few weeks ago, and she asked me to do this, and normally I oblige, but this one had a little bit of a caveat. She decided to throw me a curveball, and she told me privately that she wanted me to score this exactly in the same way that I would score any other artist, not to give her any leeway, yada yada yada. That makes me a little uncomfortable for two things. Number one, she's not an established recording artist or even an upcoming rapper. She's someone just enjoys hip-hop and enjoys writing. So those, like, two different parts of my brains activate for that. You know what I'm saying? My job is not to come on here and shit on people. I don't like giving negative reviews. So a lot of the stuff that upcoming artists put out and request never even make it to the channel because my quality team checks it first because I don't like being negative despite some of my reputation out there. But I do know for a fact that her cadence has gotten a lot better. She's been writing pretty efficiently the entire time for stuff that I've reacted to her. And the big selling point for me is that this one is called Pain Music, which if you're familiar with the Pain Music drops from like Koofies and shit like that have come out, I think this is her bag. Like, the best stuff that I've seen from her has been when she's talking about her own personal life experiences and shit like that. So if she's gonna get on some, like, spoken word, let me tell you how this really is and give it up like that type shit, then, like, I could be here for that. So we're gonna check it out. Do me a favor. Run the gauntlet. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. The little bell notification guy. Oh, the other reason that I was uncomfortable doing this is because I know that it's not gonna be studio quality. Like, I know her setup is like a live setup. It's not like she's going to be getting compared to studio quality shit. And that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? So, like, expect the points to be low when it comes to this audio, sound quality and shit like that. So, like, just leave the dickhead comments out of here. This was asked for. We're getting into it. Let's go. I go through all say that. April's not going to give a fuck about what I say. She's going to take it on the chin no matter what. It's everyone else in the comments I don't feel like dealing with. All right, April, let's go.
What up, YouTube fam? It's April G
What up?
Showers. Back at y'all with a rap that I wrote. Y'all saw the title. It's called Pain Music.
I'm a little disappointed that there was no fist bump there. You didn't feel... Okay. Alright. It's like that. She's being selfish.
The beat comes from Othello Beats. The link is in the description box if anyone wants to use it. Several...
Shout out to Koofy. You got the Koofy Crew shirt on. I got an interview with Koofy's dropping this weekend, too. Look at that. Let's go.
People have rapped on this beat, and I wanted to as well. And I just wrote from my heart. So, yeah. I hope y'all like it. April G. Squad. Fist bump. Love y'all.
I stand corrected. My bad. Alright, let me shut up. Let me just watch.
Excuse me.
Whether it's acting or not, the centering myself before I get into this is good theater. It could be that this is about some real deep shit and it's like actually affecting her, but either way, she's selling it. Also, the first thing I want to check out, we'll check out like the first line or two. I want to see how the levels are between like the way that she has it set up. She like plays the music from speakers and then records on the webcam. I want to see what the levels are like. Like, is the beat going to be too loud or not loud enough? Are we going to be able to hear her clearly? Those are the things that we can judge for studio quality type shit. So that's what I want to see. We'll go a couple bars in and then bring it back.
We all born into this world so innocent. This is more than rap, so I hope you listening. Looking back how I survived this magnificence. Saw things no child should be witnessing. School shooting.
Alright, so yeah, we were spot on with the Pain Music. She's going to get into the shit that she's been through in her life. I like that lane for her. More importantly, the levels aren't bad at all. Maybe the beat could be up just a little bit, but I would much rather be able to hear her clearly than worry about that. So I like where we're at with this. Let's bring it back a little bit, and now we go into the reaction. And
we all born into this world so innocent. This is more than rap, so I hope you listening. Looking back how
I don't like that for an intro line, especially with how how deep and like gut-wrenching the line after that
I
was.
survived this magnificent, saw things no child should be witnessing. School shooting, motherfucker kill my best friend. The PTSD from that made me hyper vigilant. Guard always up, cause I know death is imminent. Tried to kill my pain with drugs, I couldn't feel the shit. 15 years of hell, found myself in a predicament. Didn't care about myself, was so negligent. Looked at myself.
Alright. She's crushing the dark room music bit. Like, for every little kind of like breath control stuff that you can hear here and there that wouldn't exist on a recording, it's overshadowed by the fact of how well written it is. Like, it really is. I came in here fully ready to toast whatever needed to be toasted, but her pen is actually, like, I'm telling you, her pen is nice as shit. Especially in this lane, because it's believable, right? Like, you can tell that she's not fabricating some I wanted to go out and do gun bars but don't have guns type shit. You can tell that this is coming from a place that's like experienced. And the dark room music shit is my bag. Let's go. This whole part here was very what's the word? Transparent. I like that.
Motherfucker kill my best friend. The PTSD from that made me hyper vigilant. Guard always up, cause I know death is imminent. Tried to kill my pain with drugs, I couldn't feel the shit. 15 years of hell, found myself in a predicament. Didn't care about myself, was so negligent. Looked at my son and thought, why am I doing it? Got help, the pills had me in imprisonment. 3 months later came.
Let's go.
I felt like an immigrant. It sucked when I started back feeling shit. Things were finally going well, then came the.
Hold up. This is April.
Thought, why am I doing it? Got help, the pills had me in imprisonment. 3 months later, came home, felt like an immigrant. It sucked when I started back feeling shit.
That is fucking crazy. I've heard pill music before. We've all heard, like you know what I'm saying? I came up on Button. I've heard that. What you don't hear a lot of is that image she just described right there. When you come back from rehab, when you come back out of recovery, and how you feel so out of place in your own home and shit like that. The idea of good lyricism is to be able to paint a picture. It's not about punchlines. It's not about wordplay and shit like that. It's essentially, can you make the person see in their mind the things that you're trying to say? The way she just delivered that, I've never done a hard drug in my life. And I felt it. I felt like I was there. Yo, let's go. This is.
3 months later, came home, felt like an immigrant. It sucked when I started back feeling shit. Things were finally going well, then came the turbulence. My little brother died, and it tore me like a ligament. Put a gun to my head, heard the trigger click. Thought about my son and mom and couldn't go through with it. Didn't want them to have the trauma from the incident. Put the gun up and just fell to my knees again. Screaming at God, felt like there's no pleasing him. Send me a sign that he's okay so I can breathe again. Laid in the bed, feeling so insignificant. Felt my brother hug me and knew it was heaven sent. Went back to.
Alright, the only thing that I'm gonna say about this, especially with this type of a beat, you don't need to keep going. Like, you're laying down some heavy emotions, some big hitting bars. Don't feel like you have to, like, let it breathe. You gotta learn to use the beat to your advantage, and when you drop some shit that people need to think about, let that breathe. This was. Let's go. Bring it back.
From the incident, put the gun up and just fell to my knees again. Screaming at God, felt like there's no pleasing him. Send me a sign that he's okay so I can breathe again. Like,
she's checking on God. Like, yo, this shit is fucked up, my G. Are you good? Yo, that's heavy, guys. That's heavy.
man, feeling so insignificant. Felt my brother hug me and knew it was heaven sent. Went back to nursing and being a good citizen. Then my own health started diminishing. Had to quit working, lost my home, almost an indigent. Moved in where my mom felt like such a piece of shit. Got so low like a diabetic since I lost my big brother. God, are you kidding? Life went on. I was just a participant, isolated. Found YouTube, started binging it. Found No Life Shack cause the app recommended it. Little did I know he was the Lord's instrument. Followed by script work who served as a stimulant to get me out of bed. Never questioned the omnipotence. You guys can check out. I actually did a whole interview with April on my channel if you guys want to check that out, where she goes into detail about what she's telling, the story that she's telling now.
is identical to what she walked me through about how she discovered YouTube and how it made changes for her and shit like that. So it's good to see consistency with the message there.
Started my own channel even though I was hesitant, and it saved my life cause I was about to finish it. Hit my knees again cause I knew I needed to repent, beg for forgiveness and promise to be obedient. Looking back now makes me laugh like a comedian, cause my pain I thought there was no relieving it, when all along I just needed to start believing it and stop expecting everything to be immediate. Man, I was being
Flo's getting real choppy towards the end, probably because she's just, again, hasn't given herself a break from the beginning. But the bars are still there.
such a hypocrite, cause I know nothing happens by coincidence. So if you're feeling hopeless and irrelevant, don't give up, cause you're not here by accident. Unblock your blessings like an anticoagulant and cleanse yourself of the mental contaminants, and be prepared to live a life of extravagance. I don't mean materials or making purchases. I'm talking about finding out what your purpose is and losing
That was gully.
all those feelings of worthlessness, which is way better than any other surface shit. Bad days will still come, yes, that's accurate. So find real people in your life who's compassionate. Get rid of all that makes you feel inadequate. Love yourself, chase your dreams, stay passionate. And if you're in recovery, always stay abstinent. Easier said than done, but you can manage it. And when you find yourself tripping out and panicking, just rewind this, cause I'm proof you can handle it. Yeah, I'm proof you can handle it.
I like this a lot. This was dope. Oh, now you know how to let the beat breathe. Alright, I like to double down on the positive messages at the end instead of fade out. I know she didn't let this go for another minute. It's good. And give me, you got 10 seconds. Cut this off. Good. Good. Alright, I was going to bitch about there being a whole extra minute at the end.
So that was it, y'all. Hey Music by yours truly. Again, the beat is by Othello Beats. Link to their channel and the beat is in the description box if y'all want to check it out or whatever. Y'all please comment below y'all's thoughts. Be real, be respectful, please, but be real. Please like this video on your way out. A lot more important than you think. And please subscribe to my channel, y'all. April G. Squad. Fist bump.
Hey.
Love y'all.
Appreciate you, love.
See y'all in just a little bit.
Alright, let's break it down. This is going to be the most honest breakdown that you've ever gotten. So, buckle up, kids. I love April, but I love being honest more. Alright, I fuck with April. I'm a fan of her as a person. Even if not, like, musically. This is a fan of who she is, what she represents, what she does. I fuck with April. Target audience for this. Yes, actually. Proper setting. It's dark room music, and I don't think that that's debatable. Like, that is not subjective. This is your dark room music bag, 100%. Bars or lyrics? She was cooking on this. She was cooking. There's a few things where I think you got a little bit wordy. The gun thing didn't really make sense. If you put it to your head and you heard the click, that would already mean that you pulled the trigger. So either you didn't have a loaded gun, or I don't know. That whole part was a little bit weird for me. I kind of just let it go and just rock out with the moment. It didn't make sense, but I understood what you were getting at. Maybe she's like, I heard the click in my head and I couldn't go through with it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like actually hearing the click in the material world. There's some bail to be shot on that. The anticoagulants and stuff like that, I got the idea of the bar, but it felt too wordy to me because this was so much real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this wasn't on no like cannabis wordplay type shit. Like, this was just telling your own shit. It was kind of like a play off the whole I went back to being a nurse and stuff, so that was cool. I would give it a 23 out of 25, which is a really high score, but I think that the bars and writing on this was actually the best thing. The delivery, the cadences go from good to gully to like super amateur and hard to listen to, and it kind of bounces around the entire time. You can tell where she pauses and like catches herself and then comes back in, and then it's like stellar again, and then it trails off the longer that she goes. It's because it's not recording. Spoiler alert, artists don't get into the booth and do the whole thing in one take like that. That's not how songs are recorded. So it's understandable that for somebody to come up and try and do that live, that there's going to be flaws and stuff like that. Other than that, like the flow's probably like a fucking 15, probably like a 15. It's average, nothing spectacular, but nothing terrible. She sounds good on beat. But it is what it is. 15 out of 25 as far as delivery goes. Beat selection, 15 out of 15. It's an amazing beat. She understood the assignment. The type of music that she created, the darkroom music to that beat, was a perfect match. There was no misplace of contents, sound quality, or mixing. Here's the thing. Obviously, it was not perfect because it's not studio and there's some other shit of it. But she got the levels for the beat, the level, the loudness of the beat to the levels of her vocals and stuff like that, so we could hear and understand her perfectly. The only other quality as far as that goes is, again, the breathing in between bars, everything being done in one shot. Like, there's a lot of things that go into the live stuff that takes away from the enjoyability of it, but I'm not going to crucify it for it. I'd probably give it like a solid 9 out of 15. Like, I feel like not all of, but like 3 of the 4 things that were in your control to actually do something about in this format, I feel like she did enough to get 9 points out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse. And then effectiveness. Does this make you want to dig into more of the artist? Does this do what the artist intended to do? Yes and no. Like, honestly, no, this doesn't make me want to dig into more of the artist because it's still a live spitting from somebody who may or may not be a rapper. Like that doesn't do it for me. The effectiveness of the writing, like, I would like to see April ghost for somebody who has access to a studio and see how dope it comes out. That's what you should do. Get somebody that you're cool with in the community who has easy access to stuff. Get, like, Gatsby or something like that. And then, like, ghostwrite a fucking song. Be transparent about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to play that, but like really see what your pen game would sound like through the lens of somebody with the ability to go and engineer this shit really well. And I think that even the haters would have a different opinion because the bar game is there, the storytelling is there, effectiveness 5 out of 10, 5 out of 10 maybe, and then enjoyability. Same thing. It's not enjoyable to listen to. This is probably the biggest thing. You don't sound like a rapper. Her voice isn't the voice of an artist that I would go and revisit. That's just life. It just is what it is. Say what it is. So it's enjoyable for me in the sense of breaking down the bars and hearing the story and her appreciation of hip-hop. But if you're talking about, like, yo, would I listen to this on an actual, like, playlist? Absolutely not. So 5 out of 10, right in the middle. Overall, 72 out of 100. That's my score. This scored a lot higher than a lot of shit on this channel. But 72 out of 100. I'm very confident in my score and my breakdown. That's my 2 cents. As always, let me know. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Down in the comments below. As always, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Let's go, April.